If you're watching this video, it tells me you're already interested in fast tracking the success of your business using Google Analytics 4. Congratulations, you're already one step ahead of many businesses out there. But guess what? To some extent, it's already too late. Google will stop Universal Analytics on the 1st of July, so ideally you would have had it installed on your website last July so that you can do year-on-year comparisons. But the good thing is, Google has been changing it dramatically in the last 12 months. So when's the best time to plant a tree? Today. So this is the best day that you can start to understand Google Analytics 4 and get more insights. So here's the deal. Who's this course for? This is for you as a business owner, so that you feel empowered, so you know which questions to ask of the person that's running analytics for you. If you're a business owner that's doing everything in your business, this is going to save you siphoning through tons of blogs, getting misinformation and wondering whether it's applicable to your business. If you're a marketer working in a business, this is going to fast track your knowledge as well. And with the right data, you'll feel empowered to justify your marketing spend and perhaps get even more spend. So Google Analytics is an area I'm really passionate about. Whenever we do any work with a business, the first step we always think about is digital foundations, because if you're not measuring things, you can't improve it. And Google Analytics is the area that separates good marketers from bad and stops making incorrect decisions, because if your analytics isn't configured correctly, it can actually lead to misleading information, which can lead you to making the wrong decisions in your business. Now will give you confidence if you've got a well set up Google Analytics 4, and it'll give you confidence like a scenic flight company that we've worked with before when we're running paid media. Because if you get the right data, you can see that the return on ad spend is, it was up to 38 times return on ad spend at one point. So that gives the business owner confidence to invest in that area. You may also feel like the ski rental business that we've worked with that never sent emails to their businesses customers before, and now every time I send an email, they can see the thousands of dollars that come back from that individual email. Now, this is a passion area of mine. As I said, this is always our starting point with any businesses that we work, because guess what? I would say 100% of the businesses we work with haven't been tracking conversions and data correctly. And even worse than that, we've seen really good configurations that have had some change on their website, or they've upgraded something and then they stop tracking the data. And if you don't have it configured correctly from day one, you can't go back and get that data back. So one of the things that we always talk about is set up your analytics correctly from day one, even if you're not going to look at it on a regular basis, because when you are ready to look at it or someone else looks at it, all that data will be captured for you, but you cannot go back and put that data back in there if it's not set up correctly. Now, we've been around since before the current version of Google Analytics, which is called Universal Analytics, was even around. There was a previous installation called Legacy, and the big thing is this time it's different. There is no migration of your data. Google's effectively starting from a blank sheet of paper, and they're going to stop sending data to Universal Analytics on the 1st of July if they stick to their deadline. But guess what? A lot of software vendors aren't ready for this yet. A lot of people that are doing these installations aren't ready for this and shouldn't be doing it. Even in the last 6 to 8 weeks, we've seen dozens of implementations that have been done incorrectly, and that leads the business owner into a false sense of security that they have their Google Analytics 4 set up. But as I said before, if it's not set up correctly, it's giving you the wrong data. And that can lead to making the wrong decisions for business. The other thing that we've seen is people setting up Google Analytics 4 and completely removing the current version of analytics tracking when they don't need to. And the downside of that is, instead of collecting data in both places at the same time, it means that you have to make a hard switchover for all your reporting on one day when they take that out, and it's not needed like that. So this course is going to be a deep dive into Google Analytics, but more than other courses, it's also going to give you examples of things to look out for based on the things that we've seen people do incorrectly. It's going to give you examples and stories of what you need to consider for your situation, whether your website's all embedded and everything's self-contained, or whether you have a custom API bit of software that does all your bookings for you, or whether you work with third-party vendors like tourism booking engines for accommodation and activities, or calendar booking systems, any third-party software. So what is this course going to cover? So the first area we'll cover will be a consideration of what you have to think about when you're doing your Google Analytics 4 migration. It's going to be talking through the different pathways that you can install it, what you have to think about, even if you're not the person that's going to do the installation. Now that leads us on to the second part. We'll talk about the differences in Google Analytics 4 and Universal Analytics. Some of the reporting is quite similar, but guess what? Google's actually made it harder for us to gather some of the insights. It's not as intuitive as the current version. The third part is one area that we'd say you've got to consider. Are you the person that's going to be doing the installation? Now, you don't have to be. And even if it's not you that's doing it, this course is still applicable because it'll be written in a modular way that you can leave some of the installation modules if they're not relevant for you. So I'd encourage you to think of who, not how. We're also going to give you a tour of the interface and talk about some of the reports that are missing, how you can pull that back into the interface so they're more visible. And then we're also going to have a really good module which is about how to track everything online. Now this is the secret sauce where when we talk about this, many businesses don't even realize you can track emails really accurately, you can track third-party banners, and you can feed all that data into analytics so that you can get insights. We'll also talk about how to link the data into other Google properties, and all this course will be based on the hundreds of installations we've done of analytics in the previous years and dozens of Google Analytics 4 implementations. Google Analytics 4 is still changing, even to this day, 8 weeks as I record this before the sunset date of Universal Analytics. So we'll be covering some of those changes as they happen, and there will be some updates to the course. It's not just a done and dusted because this is a moving target. As I said at the start, you're one step ahead already if you're watching this video. So congratulations on being interested in growing your business using insights you can get from Google Analytics 4. Now, any training and course is going to be an investment, but what we've seen is any investment in a good training like this can save you money instantly because it can give you insights that will stop you wasting money. It'll make your ad campaigns work more effectively, which means your ad spend's going to go further, and the algorithms on Google and Facebook and stuff like that can start being optimized like they should be from day one. So what's the next step? As I said, you're already interested. So the next step is click the button on this page, come and join me into this course as it's developed. And this is going to be the fastest way that you can get up to speed. We're also going to talk about the stories that you can get from your data, things to watch out for, and really, again, to stop the mistakes that stops you getting that data once you realize your Google Analytics is misconfigured. So the next step for you is click the button on this page, join the fast track to Google Analytics 4 for your business, and we'll see you on the inside.